to Pick and Licks, the Dream Band podcast, with me, Dan, and he's back on the pork train, my co-host, Danny Beardsley. Pick and Licks. Woo!
How you doing, Dan?
I'm alright, dude. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Back again for another episode.
Can't believe we've made it this far.
Yeah, I mean, what's this, like episode 3, episode 4?
Episode 3.
Is it officially episode 3?
Officially, yeah.
Woo! Did I clip?
No, you're fine.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's nice to know. So, who got on this week, Danny?
This week we've got Dave Wright. Dave Wright.
Dave Wright?
I call him David, and I think he only gets called David when he's in trouble. But
yeah, I've never called him David.
Dave Wright.
Dave Wright is an absolute beast.
He is an absolute beast.
I forgot how tall he was. He loomed over me.
He'll tell you all about his projects when he's on the show, but he's an outstanding drummer.
Yeah, that's how we know him, isn't it? He joined Isolysis and then the Parallax Method.
Indeed.
Great guy. And he's made some good choices.
He has made some rock-solid choices.
Decent. So what have you been listening to this week, Danny?
This week, I've been listening to Oriel Posen.
Who's that?
He's a Canadian singer-songwriter.
Oh, you love Canadians.
Yeah.
Isn't Fournier Canadian as well?
Yeah, Nickelback as well. Devin Townsend.
Obsessed with Canadians.
I just love Canadians.
It's a bit weird.
Oriel Posen is he's a singer-songwriter. He used to play with Brothers Landreth, and he's an exceptional guitar player. Very good slide, great guitar tone, really cool voice as well, very soulful. It's kind of like roots rock. I think that's what he classes it as.
Another one of them that you like.
It's just great, mate. It's full of melody. There's loads of space in the recordings. Oh, it's beautiful music.
Would I consider it a little insipid?
I think at best, you probably use it as like going to sleep music.
Some of my
sleep soundtrack probably.
I don't know. Some of my favourite bands I use as sleep soundtrack though. So maybe Sleep in the Day. I'd listen to them.
Okay, who you been listening to?
Probably another sleep soundtrack, really. So Mono have brought out a new album. I don't know if you've heard of Mono.
You have introduced me to.
Yeah, they're a
Mono.
Japanese post rock band, and they've got a new album out called Oath.
Of course, it's post rock. It's got you written all over it.
Oh, it's amazing. So good.
You show me a bit. It's very dreamy.
Very dreamy, but the crescendos are quite aggressive, so there is that. But yeah, beautiful music.
Excellent.
And you've been up to something this week as well, haven't you, Danny? What have you done?
I had a gig.
Woo!
Somebody booked us. Can't believe it.
Where did you play?
We played at the Gifford Arms. Looks like an old medieval castle.
Medieval? You're claiming you played in a medieval castle?
No, it was built in 1927. But it's in Wolverhampton. It's an absolute pig to drive around. Looks like the one-way systems and everything. Parking was a bit sketchy, but the gig itself was fantastic. It was a complete sellout, and was playing with a country rock band called the Westlands.
Okay.
And the headliners were Brave Rival, which are a bit like Fleetwood Mac. The vocal harmonies were ridiculous, mate. Both bands were excellent and lovely people as well. So, and thanks to Brett Hall for putting the show on.
And you've also been watching something on TV this week, Danny, that you've told me about.
Yes. Well, you described a scene to me a little while ago about this TV series. It's been going a while, hasn't it? The Boys, which I'm sure a lot of people have watched it, but this particular scene, I've managed to catch up on. Well, I've started season 3, and the opening scene is horrific. It's even worse than I could ever imagine.
Yeah, I don't think we should mention any details of it.
No spoilers. It's a brilliant TV series, but oh my word. Whoever's wrote that series has got problems.
It keeps getting better as well. Or worse, depending on how you look at it. Yeah. But I'm on season 4 at the minute, and that carries on the same lines, really.
Dan, what have you been doing this week?
Oh, I've not really done a lot. I mean, I've been spending a lot of time with you doing podcasts. Which is why I didn't come and see you at the gig, because I'd had enough of you.
I don't blame you.
But now I've just been chilling, really. Oh, I've been watching Game of Thrones, the new, whatever it's called, House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah. You and Heather both like that.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. I love the politics. Oh, and I've voted as well. Talking of politics.
Yeah, we all voted.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah. Should we get rolling?
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to bring up this week, Danny.
No, it's been a pretty steady week.
Yeah, we've got a lot of episodes done, so we've got some great guests coming up in the future, and Dave's one of them.
Indeed. We could share a little clip of a conversation that you've just had with my daughter.
I mean, if you feel like that'd be good content.
I thought it was a good conversation. Here we go.
Well, yes.
Yes, you did know that about brown bears. That's lovely.
But it's very far away.
It's very far away from us. It's unlikely to encounter a bear in the UK unless they've escaped from a zoo or a circus. because they're available at both.
But they wouldn't be able to get past the sea.
On to the show, Danny.
On to the show.
Dave Wright.
Dave Wright.
Dave Wright.
Dave.
Dave.
Right.
Dave Wright. Should we start?
I suppose we ought to start,
Should
really.
we start
Yeah.
the actual podcast?
Now we've loosened up.
Oh, let's have a little slurp first. I thought we were starting the podcast. How is the 8-year-old tea anyway? Is it all right?
I said 8 minutes, not 8 years.
It felt like 8 years.
Oh, not treating the guests very well.
From the guest.
It took 8 years for this fucking cup of tea.
Sorry, Dave. I'll improve on the response time next time. Removing the bag.
We're actually quite, when we've got people who don't know as well, Dave, we are actually quite professional, but as soon as it's you,
I find that hard to believe. But I'll roll with it.
as soon as it's you, we kind of loosened our strictness a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah. Loosey-goosey.
Something like
That would be the only thing during this podcast that you're not going to like.
that. There'll be loads. Oh, so who we got on? Who is it? Who's this?
This young man is rather tall. His name's...
I'd forgotten how tall he was.
He is very
That's
tall.
one of the things I'd forgotten about him.
Yeah, he's
He looms over me.
We measured him. We measured it both, actually, on my little girl's measuring thing on the wall.
You did?
Gauge. What were you?
I was a Neanderthal man from 130,000 years ago.
And what was Dave?
Dave was the same length as the Turin Shroud man. So Jesus. The same height as Jesus. The mythical Jesus.
Somewhere between a baby giraffe and Count Dracula.
Oh, brilliant.
And you, Danny?
Tutankhamun.
Obviously.
There you go. So this young man, his name's Dave. Yeah, do you prefer Dave or David? I should know this after all the years I've known you.
If it's David, then I'm in trouble.
Okay, you're Dave then. So
We've always called him Dave, haven't we?
Yeah.
Base does accumulate in corners.
Yeah, I made a bold claim, but
I checked it and it's viable. It's real.
yeah,
It's an actual thing. Base accumulates in corners.
It certainly
Great
does.
sentence, that is.
it is. Should we get back to introducing our guest?
Oh, yeah, who is it again? Oh, it's Dave. Dave Wright. Drummer extraordinaire.
Hi, Dave.
Is it okay to say that about you? Is that okay?
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with that, yeah?
I don't believe it, but I'm okay with it.
Well, I believe it.
What was that quote that you had in the rhythm magazine?
I don't know.
Your groove was deep
Fluid.
and fluid.
Ooh, sounds a bit porno. Deep and fluid. I mean, Dave, you've been in River Magazine, and you're saying you're not a drummer extraordinaire.
There you go.
I've not been in River Magazine.
I'm not going to comment.
There's still time, though.
There's always time.
There's always time.
There's always time.
So where do we know Dave from, Danny?
Well, we've been friends for a long time, haven't we?
Long time.
What year did we first meet, Dave? Because you're very good. You've got a very good memory.
I don't know, like 2009, 10, something like that.
We should have actually checked this, shouldn't we, before we sat down in front of microphones?
That would have been an idea.
Well, what year did we... Let's work backwards. What year did we form... What year did you join...
2010.
Okay, right. So...
Yeah. So maybe like a year before that then.
Okay. So our paths crossed at a gig?
Yes, my band at the time was supporting your band.
What was your band called?
That's a good question.
Have you forgot one of your bands?
I have forgotten that band. There's probably a reason I've forgotten that band.
You repressed it.
Yes.
Deep down.
It's in the vault.
It's in the vault. It's in Dave's mind vault. Did you remember the band you joined though after that? The band in which me and Danny was in. Do you remember that band?
Vaguely. Often referred to as Silosis or Ice Lolly Sticks or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but what was the actual band?
Isolysis.
Isolysis.
There's a blast from the past.
The demons are in the veins.
Breaking Chains.
Was it the music video? New Disorder. Was that like your first
Yeah, I think I did
encounter, really?
I think I did that before I did any gigs, I think.
Did you?
It was fun,
so.
that video.
Your first? Yeah, it was. Oh, it was really fun. Do you want to explain what we did in that video, Danny?
It was a mixed martial arts fight.
It was. And where was it?
Rescue. Not Rescue
Rescue
Rooms.
Rocking Room Robs.
Hi, Rob. If you're listening.
Yeah, so we emptied like the whole room out, didn't we, and set up in the kind of entrance. Was it the entrance?
Just
area?
like the entranceway where all the gear was stored and stuff, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
just cleared that out and put cardboard on the floor.
Cardboard on the floor. You mean the classic MMA ring?
Yeah.
Cardboard on the floor.
It tended up.
It came out okay.
Yeah, it did. It was a lot of fun. Brett did it, didn't he? Brett Turner.
Brett Turner did it, yep. And we had a few of the band fans as the audience members.
Ben was in it.
Ben Edis was in it.
Oh, Ben Edis was in it,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he was.
I'd have to watch the video again to check who was actually in it.
It's readily available on YouTube, so...
We were in it.
Yes, we were.
You were playing a Warwick.
I was playing a
But
Warwick.
I didn't hear it because it didn't cut through.
Throwback there to... I say a previous podcast. We're not releasing that one for a little bit, so that'll be in the vaults for a while.
You'll get it in
This
3
comment will make sense in about 4 years.
We'll know if you're a diehard fan.
But we had an actual boxer and MMA person in, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it Russ?
They were like
Russ.
kickboxers or something.
Russ Henshaw, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Russ Henshaw, yeah. Hard as nails.
Hard as nails.
Yeah. But friendly.
What a ring girl as well.
Yep. Lisa.
Bostock. Well, was a
Yeah.
previous name.
Yeah. It's good fun, that
Yeah, it
video.
was great fun. Yeah, I loved it. So
And
was
then-
that your first experience with isolysis?
I think so.
One of the first main things we did anyway.
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that came before any gigs.
Yeah.
The first gig was at the Central.
I was thinking of that one. Is that when we supported...
With Spiritus.
No, it wasn't Spirit. I don't think Spiritus were playing. It was something.
Counterpoint?
Counterpoint.
Where,
Yeah.
whereabouts
They were
was
a
the
good
Central?
band, they were.
Near where Confetti is, on the corner.
Did we play with Curb Grinder there?
No.
No,
That was only in Derby, I think, mate.
That Derby?
That was
Yeah.
at the Bell, wasn't it?
Oh, the old
I think it was
bell.
at the Old Bell, yeah.
My ass bleeds.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, was the Central one with power cuts? Did we have power cuts there?
I'm not
Was
sure.
that a different gig? Who knows? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
It-
All blends into one for me.
When we played there, I remember... In fact, Spiritus did play at one point there with us.
They did, actually.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
I don't
remember-
know whether it was that gig or...
That was the power cut gig, so this is a different gig I'm
Oh, okay.
thinking about. So that was your first gig with us?
That was the first gig.
How did it go? I
got
can't
there in the
remember.
end.
Got no idea.
It was good, from
Was
what I
that right?
remember. I remember the drum kit I had to play was horrendous.
As per usual, normally
Yes.
ever.
That's the story of a drummer, isn't it?
Yes. You'd
That's,
turn,
it's like me turning up and there's a combo, a bass combo there, when I've been told not to bring my head.
don't bring it.
Don't bring it, it's fine. We've got great back line, and it's a Behringer combo. Brilliant.
No offence to Behringer, just
And
in
you've
case
got,
you
like,
want to sponsor this podcast.
And you turn up, you've got a line 6 combo.
Mate, I remember doing a show down in London, and I was told there'd be a speaker cabinet there. And what
There never
amp
is.
was it?
Why do they always lie?
I think that was a Line 6 amp, and I ended up using my head as a riser for the
Brilliant.
combo.
Brilliant.
Give it some height at least.
Yeah. I mean, you know how heavy my amps are. I was pretty ticked off carrying all that way.
I was
I didn't
ticked
carry
off.
it by
You
hand
carried it all the way to London. I can understand why you were ticked off now.
I was ticked off.
Wow.
I've carried this all the way for it to be a pedestal.
A stool for my pedal.
So good times.
Good times.
You got any other memorable gigs from the Isolis days?
What about, Dave? I'm just going to throw this one out there.
Oh, go on then.
Oh.
The Welsh International
Oh,
Motorcycle.
the last gig we ever did.
Was that our last ever gig?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a nail in the coffin, that one.
It was.
It sounded good at first, didn't it? I mean, the Welsh International.
But that's kind of confusing. Welsh International.
Yeah, I suppose we should have been more cautious with the wording of the festival, really.
Not many people flying in.
I don't think anyone had flown in.
Well, I seem to remember, didn't they claimed it was like 5,000 people or something, so we were really like excited to play it, and we turned up and it was like, it was so empty, there was a kid riding their bicycle around in the crowd.
Yeah.
Dave, I was just about to say there's actually a video on YouTube. It's still there.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's like, there's a
Yeah.
video of that up on there.
You can see the kid.
You could kind of hear the emptiness. You can hear the
It
emptiness.
was like like an aircraft hangar, wasn't it? So it was a huge
Yeah, it
building.
was.
I think Toxic Federation were the only people that watched us.
Oh, were they
Yeah.
there?
They were on before
Yeah.
us, yeah.
I think my amp went down as well.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so that was
That
useful.
was when you had the diamond.
Yeah, the Diamond Nitrox. was very, very
I
heavy.
remember that, yeah.
I've got to mention another show because it's a story that
I think I know which one you're going to say.
We played somewhere like Barnsley. And
I was thinking of a different one, but carry on.
Save that one then. So it was a working man's club, and we supported a Black Sabbath tribute band,
Sack Sabbath,
which are they were really great. I don't know if they're still going or not.
Sacco.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Rest in peace, Sacco. Absolute legend.
We've lost him. But they were doing a sound check, and one of the fluorescent lights.
It was like a. Yeah,
it detached from the ceiling.
So I just remembered.
And it smashed.
I just remembered.
It smashed a woman over the head.
It was Kay, wasn't it?
It was Sacco's wife, wasn't it?
No, it was wasn't it GD's?
GD, International Man of Metal.
Was it his wife?
I think it might have been, She's a nice woman. She had the shock of her life.
Yeah, one of the women in the audience smashed over the head with light tube. Is that because of your drumming?
No,
I was nowhere near it.
Sorry, I was going to try and pin it on you.
That was the one where it was probably either, I can't remember who asked for it. Someone asked for a Jägermeister, and the woman behind the bar didn't know what it was, and she just shouted, "John, we got any of that yogurt mustard?"
That commonly no drink.
Brilliant. To be fair, it probably tastes better than Jägermeister.
Oh,
that's lovely bit of yogurt mustard.
It's nasty stuff.
I'd have a shot.
Every band at the time was like sponsored by Jaeger, weren't they? So
yeah,
it was
back in the day,
actually.
yeah. What about your gig you was going to bring up?
The time we played Rescue Rooms.
Oh,
Do you remember that one?
Tesseract.
No, it was an all day festival, and we were on. I think we were on last.
We went on after the sort of dream band where they played "Don't Stop Believing."
It was Toxic Federation.
Was it?
Yeah,
I thought
they did their set, and then they played Journey at the end, didn't they? And everybody took that as like the big finale for the day.
Oh, and then we went on afterwards.
Yeah, so everybody, even the sound guy, got home. He left the lighting guy in charge.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, "I need more in the monitor."
There was no more.
He blew it. He blew the monitor, so he was just screaming feedback at
I do remember
throughout the whole
memory
gig.
unlocked. I do remember that now. Oh my god!
I think that's where my tinnitus came from.
I think it was something like this sound.
It was just awful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I could hear it.
Because your cabs, because it was a big stage, your cabs were so far away from me, I couldn't hear them. So I was just going blind.
What did I have? Did I make 8x10 at that point?
Probably.
Was it them days? I can't even remember.
We had loads more gigs than that, though, but they're like the ones that stand out to me.
The one for me, I think, which was always the highlight, was the MFN gig.
Oh, yeah.
Because I only ever played MFN with you guys once.
Yeah, so
is that all?
MFN...
Yeah, just once.
We played MFN about 400-500 times, it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, that probably... Because towards the end, when we played there, we could like ram that venue.
Oh, it's
and what
completely
capacity was it?
I don't
Do
know.
we have a guess? Maybe
300-400?
300 or 400 people. And we could ram it out, couldn't we?
We got great response every time I played there.
Yeah, we had
It's the first experience I'd ever had at a gig where people were singing the songs back to you.
Yeah.
Where people enjoyed the music.
Where there was some applause.
Yeah, we had some good gigs there, to be fair.
Yeah,
that was an amazing gig. Because I remember going to watch I Solace there when you launched the DVD.
Oh, the DVD that... Because we played it scalar, didn't we? And the sound on it, I think somebody kicked the mic over or...
So didn't it just have the camera audio in the end? Because they couldn't use the
Yeah,
actual recorded audio.
I think there was like bits and bobs. I think some of it was it seemed to change quite a bit, the sound of that DVD did.
I still got that somewhere. I've still got it.
Collector's item.
Yeah.
I have got it somewhere, yeah.
It's on YouTube, readily available.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube,
right.
yeah.
Everything's on YouTube these days. So, Dave, we've sort of hung around on the Isolis days for like ages.
We lingered a little bit.
What projects did you do after that?
Well, after that, I went off and did a band called 1,000 Enemies.
Yep.
For a few years.
How many?
1,000.
1,000?
A whole 1,000. Not 1,000 years.
Okay.
Did that for a few years.
You played Hammerfest in that
Yeah,
band,
we did
didn't you?
Hammerfest. We did a couple of other...
Yeah.
Good, in fact, again, funnily enough, MFM was probably one of the best shows we did. Again, with that, what did I do after that? I did various things. I did a Steel Panther tribute for a while.
Brilliant. That was fun, wasn't it? Did you wear a wig and spandex?
I did have a wig.
You had a wig?
I did have a
Oh
wig.
my God, I need to see some pictures of this, Dave.
I'm hoping that none exist.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's always on YouTube.
What else did I do?
You was in that covers band for a while.
Yeah, I did a lot of cover stuff. Did a lot of just doing the pub circuit and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I guess we got back in touch then, and then got jamming on some new ideas back then, didn't we? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
was after Chung, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it kind of, I think, if my memory serves me right, we kind of started doing some like bluesy rock stuff, which was...
Yeah, it was like your original sort of solo stuff.
Yeah, and then we sort of gave up on it and moved on to, let's do some prog.
Instrumental prog.
So then...
We had no idea what we were doing.
Still don't.
So that's when we kind of started the Parallax Method, wasn't it?
And that must have been 2014, 15?
Probably 14, 15, that kind of time, yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, because download was it was 2013.
Again, it's far too early in the episode for a download card, Danny. But again, we are going to get it in every single episode.
We just sound bitter now.
It's just lovely memories.
Yeah, it is a lovely memory.
So, yeah, so what was that, Danny? We played download? You saying that we played download? And then it all fell to bits.
Yeah. Yeah, massively. And then... Yes, it would have been. I think it would have been around 2014 sort of time.
Didn't we release the first EP in 15?
15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we played Wildfire.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my god, that's my first and only gig with Parallax Method. I seen Fled.
That was when the bus got stuck and we all had to get out and push the bus.
Oh yeah,
yeah, lots.
And my wallet went missing.
Oh yeah.
Are we blaming the bus driver for that?
Why not? Let's do it.
Shall we finger him now and go, oi?
I beg your pardon.
Point the finger. Point the finger, Danny. Just a term of phrase. Are we going to finger him now?
I do have a memory from that gig because we used to have samples, didn't we, on the sample pad?
Yes.
Can you remember?
It's been captured on video, that has, I think.
That's on YouTube.
It's also on YouTube, yeah.
I was supposed to do some sort of like sound effect mid-track and I just started the intro again.
Yeah. I mean, Dave, we all made grave errors in that gig.
That was pretty grave.
But yeah.
So then you departed.
I disappeared for about 8 years.
You know, like the meme, the gif of Homer disappearing into the bush.
Into the edge, yeah.
That's like
I couldn't come back from that gig.
Weirdly enough, before today, the last time I saw you, that's pretty much how you left. You just walked backwards.
Oh yeah, that was at Danny's gig. Where was that? Salutation.
Yeah, Salutation.
Just saw you walking backwards into the door of the Salutation.
I'd had quite a few drinks, Dave.
Yeah. That was with a drink in hand.
Oh yeah, just reversed out of there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Even slide out. That's what I did. I suppose that leads on to what you're doing at the minute.
Yeah, so still doing Parallax Method. That's still sort of around. We're releasing a new album.
Yeah.
When did that come out now? Last year? Year before? Last year.
Last year. It was last year, yeah.
I think I've said this in every episode so far, but that album is banging. I absolutely love it.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks,
They're proud of you both for it.
I'm glad you like it. It was a lot of hard work.
It was a lot of hard work.
It was hard to get going, wasn't it?
You can tell.
We re-recorded the whole thing like several times, didn't we? Like,
yeah.
Took things back to the drawing board and just kept redoing it. And
it's immense, Dave. When it comes on, I always wonder if it's Soften the Glare or Parallax Method. Like, I wonder which one it is because they're both a bit random.
If it's
so, Soften the Glare is Ryan
Martini
from Mudvayne's instrumental prog band.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's incredible, Dave.
It's a big compliment for him to say that, actually. So.
Yeah, I'm not dissing it. I'm not saying...
I'm just comparing it to some band that you don't know.
No, but honestly, it's an incredible album. I love it when it pops up. It's always in the Chariot that pops up.
Yes. That was always the track that was... We hoped... We wanted it on the set list, but then we always used to leave it off because it's too difficult.
Yeah, it is quite difficult. It's all difficult, Dave.
It's all difficult, but that one was particularly...
hard work.
Yeah. But no, doing that and then obviously working with Danny on his solo stuff, filling in for drums there as and when. And yeah, just got some other sort of bits and bobs in the pipeline that I'm working away on in the background.
So you played like Tech Fest, didn't you?
Yeah, we played it 3 times in the end.
Thrice.
Why not thrice?
Why not thrice?
So the first year was like, I think that was the highlight, wasn't it?
I think that was the biggest lineup for Simon.
Yeah, it was. Was it the 5th anniversary or something? I think it was the 5th one.
What does it say on the poster?
On the poster, it states the 5th anniversary,
Oh, there you go.
From 7th to the 11th of July at Newark Showground.
2016.
Headliners were Animals as Leaders, Protest the Hero, and Between the Buried and Me.
Wow. I love Between the Buried and Me.
It's like the dream.
It was the ultimate
Gig.
festival for
Yeah.
us, wasn't it? You know, there was intervals and Pellini and
Yeah.
textures.
That's what you want, innit? Playing with
Loads
bands like that, the bands that you love
Loads
as
of
well.
great bands.
Haken.
Oh yeah, Haken were as well, weren't they?
Yeah, and we played, I don't know how we managed it, but we played on the main stage as well, didn't
Yeah,
we?
main
Which was
stage on the
mental.
Saturday. So first band on after Animals as Leaders were on it the night before, which was crazy and very intimidating.
Incredibly so.
I'm sure you smashed it.
It went all right, didn't it? It was.
Yeah,
Don't pick yourself up too much, Dave. It went all right,
It
didn't
was
it?
all right.
some of it's on YouTube.
Oh, available on YouTube.
In fact, the guy who filmed it, is his name Joran?
Oh, Joran, yeah.
Joran. Sorry, I pronounced the first letter wrong.
Is he Scandinavian?
He gave us the idea. He told us the story about the Pope's personal saxophonist.
And that's where the track name came
And that's
from.
where the track name came for the album
Again,
that followed.
it's not a saxophone player, is it?
Here we go. Released 2 EPs, didn't we, in Parallax? And then,
Yeah. So
The
we
Squid
did-
and the Owl.
Yep.
Yeah, so that
Or
was
the
like
album Squid.
2015 and then 17? Something
Yep.
like that.
yeah, 'cause Dan was on the first one,
Yeah.
and then Ben had joined and played on the second one.
Yeah.
And then we worked on I don't know how long the album took, but it was so long.
It took a long time. Well, we didn't release it until 23. So
Yeah.
took a long time. Obviously, COVID got in the way of that. That made it all a
Yeah.
lot more difficult. And yeah, re-recording it multiple times and trying to do it between us from
Yeah.
home and
Logic problems as well. The soft, because I did an update and it messed it up.
Nothing worked. And
Yeah. Oh,
but
Nightmare.
nightmare.
it, from how it sounded the first time around, it was definitely worth the extra effort to redo it.
Have you still got the original recording?
I hope not.
We might have
It'd be
some bits and bobs
I quite
somewhere.
like that, though. I quite like hearing like original versions of things, and then kind of seeing what you improved on it and how it turned out. So we start the actual dream band bit, because we've been going on for a little bit.
We have,
A
but it's
while
been
now,
lovely.
but it's been lovely. Yeah, it's been nice catching up,
Isn't
reminiscing.
it lovely?
Isn't it lovely? Unlocking some memories.
Memory unlocked.
Memory unlocked. Okay, Dave. So, I mean, I think I probably know what you're going to say to this, but in your dream band, what position are you going to be in?
I'm going to play the triangle.
Oh my God.
No.
Dave, stop
happening
the
again.
podcast. It's happening again.
No, obviously I'm just going to sit at the back and hit things and hopefully nobody really pays too much attention.
Could you call that being a drummer? Could you?
You could, in the loosest possible sense.
He's so modest.
I know he is. So, obviously, you will be the drummer, Dave.
Yes. So that's it's the one that I can hide my mistakes the most. If I chose to play another instrument, it would be a lot more obvious how many times it goes wrong.
Well, it depends how many times you hit the wrong sample pad, doesn't it, really?
I'm not using samples. They're on a backing. It's just a backing track.
Strictly no samples.
You got a drum kit that you're playing. Have you got one at the minute that you'll be
No.
using?
No,
do you know what I mean?
it's all on the backing track.
Pans. Just use pans.
What I mean is a favourite drum kit. Have you got a favourite kit you'll be playing on?
Yeah, so I play Mapex at the minute, so I'm using a Saturn 5 kit, which is great. It's got loads of low end. It's quite heavy, which isn't fun.
No,
but once
never
it's
fun.
set up,
You'll have roadies in this band, Dave. It's your dream band.
of course,
Have a little.
I've not accounted for them.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll help you.
Indeed.
I have to hope all the other band members are strong.
And it, being in a dream band, you get unlimited endorsements. So all the cymbals that crack, you just
Yes,
replace them
I can
instantly.
just have anything I want.
Yep.
I would
Anything and everything.
I would still always use Meinl. I always have done, and I always will. But
Other symbols are available.
it's my endorsement.
Are you listening, Mike?
But no, it would be nice to have replacements on tap for when they crack.
Yeah, you used to crack quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Violence towards symbols.
I've reined it in.
Have you calmed down a
I've
little
got
bit?
a little bit over the years.
Okay. It's probably good to.
It's less aggressive and more Mr. Tickle, as I'm
Oof.
referred to now.
Oh, yeah. Dave's very wobbly with his arms when he plays the drums. He's very relaxed. There's a lot going off. He just looks pretty chill, actually.
The idea of Mr. Tickle on the drums, though, for me is a little bit creepy. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Is that why you left the Parallax Method, really?
No, because he was battering them back then. He was cracking them still back then.
He's always been like Mr. Tickle.
I don't recall.
What's your honourable mention? Who would you have drumming?
If you weren't.
If you weren't.
Now, there's an obvious choice for me, but because of the rules, he's not allowed to be in the band.
Okay.
But he's allowed to be an honourable mention.
He's allowed to be the honourable mention. But no, that's going to give away one of the other members.
Is it? Will we know?
Because you can't pick two people out of the same band.
No. Well, we're not onto the rules
But it
yet,
could have been
Dave.
multiple...
No, but somebody in the lineup has been in a band with the honourable mention.
Okay.
So if I gave you the honourable mention,
Shall we come back to the honourable mention at the end then?
let's come back.
Let's do it, okay.
Let's
We
come
don't
back
want
to
to spoil
that.
it, do we?
This is a bit, I know you like doing, Danny, so a reminder of the rules of the podcast.
It's not a rule.
We've got some rules, Dave.
And Danny, we're going to have to get stricter with this because people are taking the piss.
We
Aren't
don't
they?
like it, do we?
Like in the last one, I got a little bit angry.
Stop taking the piss.
Stop taking the fucking piss. So, reminder of the rules.
Anyone in this dream band, Dave, you can't have been in a band with them before.
So we're all off. We're off limits. Unfortunately for you.
What a shame.
Cheeky bastard.
I know. You don't have to be like that.
We'll drop that
We'll get the
sample in.
sample in.
Memory unlocked.
Next rule. You can't choose more than one member of the same band. I think that's... We can't ask. We're not asking too much, are we?
No,
with
I
that?
want to keep it nice, and I don't want someone just to pick the whole of
Blink 182.
Blink 182. Would they? I mean,
Travis is good. But he's already playing the drums.
so yeah. So no, I don't think anyone's going to pick Blink 182, Danny.
Do you understand the rules, Dave?
I do.
Are you clear? Because rather than make a scene later on, I'd rather make a scene now about you understanding the rules than you taking the piss later on and us having to go, I got to stop that and edit it, aren't we? So are you clear?
I'm clear.
Good. Anyway, sorry for that. Sorry I had to be like that. Onto your dream. I mean, this is assuming you're having two guitarists. Your dream rhythm guitarist.
Rhythm guitarist.
Are you having
Okay.
two guitarists?
I'm having two guitarists.
It doesn't have to be classed as a rhythm and a lead. It could be two
I think
guitarists, end of.
I think there is. Yeah, I could say which one is rhythm and lead. I think.
So one's worse than the other. Is that what you're saying? Sorry, just get it out there. I'm a bass player. I can't talk. So your dream guitarist, Dave.
Okay. You want me? You want the name?
Well, yeah, that'd help.
Well, you can.
Oh, do we have to guess?
Well, you can. You can.
You should have a bingo card for mine. They should all be on
Well,
there.
Danny's
I'm sure.
already made his predictions, but
Okay.
we're not going to reveal his predictions. In case he is right, it just ruins it all.
Not about the guitarist, though. I've got no clue.
Oh, have
But
you not?
If you want to, you could give your honourable mention first.
Have you got an
As a
honourable
guitar
mention
player.
for
Have you
rhythm
got an
guitar?
honourable mention?
For a guitar player,
Oh, he's referring to his
I
notes.
have notes. My honourable mention is John Petrucci.
Oh my God! This guitar player must be very, very good.
It wasn't.
You said that like you don't know who he is.
Yeah, Petrucci didn't make the cut.
No, I mean the person who's going to be actually
sorry,
in his
yeah.
band.
I thought you meant John Petrucci. This person must be very, very good.
Of course, I know who John Petrucci is. It's a flipping god.
So he only didn't make the cut because I didn't think he was as in keeping with the rest of the band.
Okay.
He is undeniably better than who I have picked because he's better than most people on the planet.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay,
But-
we can't argue with that, really,
No,
can
I
we?
can't argue.
But yeah, he was left out for creative differences.
Okay.
Already, before the band's
It's
even
gone.
formed. I know you're going to be trouble. You're not in it. Get out.
All right.
There's no 10-minute solos here.
So it's not going to be. It's not going to be a prog band.
It's not going to be Dream Theater then, is it?
It's not Dream Theater.
No. So,
That's against the rules.
that's your honourable mention. And he's a good guitarist. Who is your actual pick for rhythm guitarist?
My pick is John Brown
John Brown. Very
Ooh.
standard name.
from Monuments.
From Monuments.
He's got the best down pick in the business.
Exactly.
He's kind of overtaken James Hetfield, I think.
In terms of speed of down pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a down pick.
Just down pick.
that's all he does for the whole set. It's just down. Just down. Yeah.
He is an immense rhythm player.
Yeah.
Immense, isn't he?
And, some of his riff writing and things like that is amazing. And, yeah, I think just I don't know anybody else who's got, like, that sort of right-hand rhythm technique.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody who can really touch him for that. Would you step in and suggest what kind of tone he uses, Dave?
Yes.
Of course he would. Steve.
There are other people in the band that will be used for things other than playing. So, yeah, they will...
Not sure I like the sound of that. I don't know if that's allowed.
There will be other people taking charge of John's tone, shall we say.
Have you got a favourite piece of work from him?
I actually really like the latest album. Like, for a while, I really liked the first album, and then the second album was still good, and then I felt like they kind of dropped off a bit, but their new album's really good.
What's the new album called, Dave?
Oh, that's now you're asking. Is it called In Stasis?
We'll patch in. Fact check. Dave was in fact correct. The album is called In Stasis. Thank you for listening.
Have you ever met him?
No. Although we did have the incident at TechFest where...
Oh, an incident.
Oh, yeah.
Controversy.
The singer from Monuments at the time just wandered into the crowd, pointed at Danny and went, "Hey!" And it came...
That noise? That's our noise.
And he just came over and was like, "Dude!" And Danny's like, "I'm not who you think I am."
Yeah, that was my reaction.
So does he look exactly like Danny?
No. The singer from Monuments thought Danny was somebody he knew.
Oh.
And it was...
Not John Brown. I thought you thought...
No.
No.
So he came over to Danny, and Danny's like, "I know who you are, but I don't think you know who I am."
Yeah, I don't think I... Yeah.
He might have been a fan of Parallax.
But then we had a little chat with him.
He was a lovely chap, wasn't he?
He was.
So we had a photo together.
Has he since been kicked out then?
Yes.
Did he get kicked out of the band?
I don't know.
I think he left. He's an amazing saxophonist.
Not for the Pope.
Maybe the... In fact, when they played TechFest, I think he had some vocal problems. Did he have tonsillitis or something?
Yeah, either that or he just had... I don't know if he just had vocal surgery or something and wasn't fully recovered, but instead of... Were they headlining?
Yeah.
And instead of pulling out, he played all the vocal melodies on saxophone instead.
It was amazing.
It was so good.
Who would normally think of even doing that?
Exactly.
I can't sing today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to saxophonize.
I'm going to
saxophonize all my parts. Is that a word?
It is now. But no, he did the saxophone solo on the Tesseract track.
Superb choice.
I haven't listened to them for ages, so I'm going to have to do it once the podcast's over. I'm going to have to listen to a few of them.
Their new album's great. So the production on it's really, really good.
Okay, I'll have a listen.
We'll be the judge of that.
I can see what kind of avenue that Dave's going down with this style of band now.
And why John didn't make the cut. Well, the other John.
Is your lead guitarist going to be John as well? The band of Johns. Oh, that's one way to annoy us, isn't it?
There was another...
Create a band of Johns.
The bass player was nearly a John as well.
Was it? Well,
John Entwistle.
Hey,
not that John.
Okay.
He's a legendary bass player, to be fair.
John Deacon.
John Deacon? Oh, the John... So that moves us on nicely to your dream bass player. My favourite bit.
Well, he doesn't play a Warwick.
I'm already upset. Do we want to go with your honourable mention first, or your honourable John?
The Honourable John plays a Warwick.
Go for it.
John Stockman.
Oh, okay. Carnival.
Now, that was one of Danny's picks. You thought you would pick.
You see?
Yeah.
He's an incredible bass player.
He is.
His little... I don't even know how to make some of those sounds sometimes.
It's... Yeah, the high stuff that he does sometimes.
Yeah. Like... I can't remember song names. I'm not even going to try and guess.
Dead Man.
The lead single off the second album.
We Are?
Yeah, We Are. The bass and that. The high bits that don't even sound like bass at times.
That cuts through.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Such a great, amazing bass player.
Great bass player. And obviously, he's really well known for his dark glass tones and stuff like that and working with them.
I just hate that their output is so low. Like, they release so little songs.
Yeah.
The last album must have been, what, 10, 15 years ago?
2013.
2013. That's
and they
crazy.
released a single.
Yeah, but
like,
one song.
But that was like 3 years ago.
Well, they've just done a song with North Lane.
Breaking.
Oh, the singer has, yeah.
Breaking
the
news.
singer,
The singer guests on the. It's really good, actually. That is
He's a
Breaking
journalist.
news.
exclusive reveal.
Exclusive.
No, but the actual bass player, I've gone for Nolly.
Nolly.
Okay.
Adam Getgood.
Yes. Obviously, he's a ridiculous player. Like,
It's not even his primary instrument.
no, and you know what? I did.
That's how talented that guy is.
We should use that as a clip. It's not even his primary instrument.
No, I did. He was actually in the rotation to be on guitar at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's just great at everything.
He's a
isn't he?
ridiculously good guitar player as well. But yeah, I thought with the other people I wanted to fit in there, I think he was best suited to the bass, and obviously his signature bass tone is amazing.
His signature bass is amazing.
Yeah, and
Dingwall.
again,
Dingwall, yeah, Dingwall.
and he's got that dark glass preamp in it and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
sounds great. But also, I thought he's going to be super helpful for production. He can tune my drums for me as well because he's amazing at that.
Well, he could do everything. He could do everything behind the scenes, couldn't he?
Exactly, do all the mixing.
Yeah.
Just do it all.
He could probably jump on the drums and play your bits
Yeah,
if you're
so
a bit
we'll,
lapsed.
we'll just clear off and just.
He can't play drums, apparently.
I bet he can.
He can tune them, he said.
Oh,
Yeah, he can't play them.
what I've got, you see, is I've got perfect ears, but not perfect hands.
Although that was in a... Because we watched a course, didn't we? At the time, whenever that was shot, he couldn't play drums. So, I mean, that's been a few years. So maybe he can play the drums now.
I bet he
Who
can.
knows?
It's amazing.
I imagine he's probably could do one of those careers as the people with like the bass drum strapped to their back and like a harmonica on their knee or
A
something.
one-man band.
Yeah.
Is he still in Periphery?
No.
No,
Is he? What is he?
Well,
he doesn't.
he is, but he's not.
He doesn't tour with them anymore.
Okay.
I think he records bass on the albums. They haven't replaced him.
So just like a session player for them at the minute.
Yeah, and when they play live, I think they just use a backing track.
Yeah, so it's Nolly is playing.
But use a backing track live.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you replace him?
You simply can't.
You simply can't.
I don't think you can.
He seems like a really good guy as well.
Yeah.
Like from his video, I watched quite a lot of YouTube videos with him, and he's
he's
a nice guy, isn't he?
yeah, he's a super nice guy, super talented, and he knows his stuff, doesn't he? I think
Yeah.
like the ins and outs of all the technical
music.
things. Yeah.
What a great choice.
It's a strong band.
This is
Strong
very-
lineup.
I'm surprised you didn't have that on your bingo card.
No,
He just forgot
No.
about him, I think.
because I don't think I think of him as a bass player. I think
more
I think of him
for
as
the
more of
production
a,
and the mixing and
more of as a guitar player because his
right,
guitar
okay.
playing skills
Yeah.
have been insane.
yeah, he's amazing.
But yeah, he's definitely going to deliver the goods, and it's going to be tight as anything.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. What a choice. This is your bit now, Danny.
Right. Is this going to be your lead guitarist?
Yes.
Yep, lead guitar player.
Yes.
Do you want to do an honourable... Have you got an honourable mention? Someone who nearly made it?
I don't know if I have an honourable mention.
It's
for the
okay
lead
if you
guitar,
haven't,
to be
it's
honest.
fine.
Because in my, there's plenty of amazing players that I could have picked, like John Petrucci or like Guthrie or somebody like that.
Got three.
He gets a mention
Second
again.
mention.
He always deserves a mention.
Yeah, totally.
But this with the style of the rest of the band, Guthrie's not going to sit there and do a few sort of. He's not going to play like some little funk quacks over.
It's not going to work, is it?
It's just not going to work.
Funk quacks. Sorry, I just
Funk
like.
quacks.
I like that. I like the phrase "funk quacks." I'm going to use that
That's
more
what,
often.
that's what he's known for.
Funk quacks.
Funk quacks.
I know the video you're talking about when he's like, but funky.
Of course.
It's on YouTube.
That does sound like my sugar to me.
Yeah, I was going to say when he filled in for Meshuggah.
That was Per Nilsson, wasn't it?
Yes. I didn't genuinely think Guthrie filled in for Meshuggah.
Imagine. That's a different dream band lineup, that is, isn't it?
I can imagine it's some sort of like snarky puppy just doing a Meshuggah cover set.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
No.
No, but the dream guitarist. So this isn't somebody you really associate as a guitar player, but I thought
As long as it's not a cartoon character.
it's not a cartoon character. Devin Townsend.
Heavy Devon.
Oh, Heavy Debbie. Oh my God.
So
I didn't see you've thrown a curveball there. Thrown a curveball.
So obviously, amazing, just rhythm player and a lead player. Like his lead playing is amazing. He just doesn't do it very often.
Yeah.
And I think from what I sort of, I guess, think of this band, he's probably not going to be lead guitar heavy. You know, he's quite good for the sort of the ambient sort of, I don't know, like octaves and things like that. So I can imagine him doing more of that kind of stuff.
But saying that, the first time I saw Heavy Debbie was it must have been a download. It was Strapping Young Lad, and I was right near the front, and it nearly killed me. The bass drum was like stopping my heart at times. It was that crazy, absolute madness.
That is such a contrast now to what he does now. To what
his music's so beautiful now.
Yeah, in Strapping Young Lad, it was like deliberately just as brutal as possible.
How times change.
Indeed.
I'm really happy with that choice. Really happy. Now, I just want to ask: were you going to let him do vocals as well?
And that's why I picked him. So
yeah,
he's doing backing, is he?
I mean, it must be an amazing vocalist because to have Devin on backing vocals.
I feel like this is going to be an anticlimax now.
Yeah, no, it will be.
But no, in terms again, he brings other things to the table. Obviously, on vocals, I think his aggressive vocals are going to mix in really well, and then his clean vocals are ridiculous as well. So there's all of that.
You got to talk about his stage presence as well. He's like when you got Heavy Debbie on stage,
and he's just got a smoke machine built into his guitar or something.
Yeah, exactly. What guitars does he use again?
Is it Framers?
Framers, that's it.
Yeah.
The Warwick guitar alternative. Just watching him live, it's incredible. Isn't it?
He's amazing. He's such a good performer. Again, like for his like arrangement ability and again, he's got the ear for the mixing and stuff.
The production, yeah.
So,
and there's a slight connection there.
There's a slight connection. Not been in a band together.
I know they've not been in a band. Yeah, I just wanted to, because there might be some listeners.
What's the connection?
Like, they've worked together, but they've not been in a band together.
Mixing with Devin.
He's done production with him on
the album with Stormbender on it.
Transcendence.
That's it. Yeah, he mixed that one, didn't he? I think he's done stuff on the later stuff. I don't know if he was involved in Empath. I think he was.
You know what? I think he was. I think he did get involved with that because of the 3 different drummers on that album. Ever met Devin?
I've never met Devin.
Have you seen Devin?
I've seen Devin.
Of course he has.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Devin live?
Oh, 10 out of 10. That time we saw him at Rock City when he was on the Empath tour, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
When they were I think it was the keyboard player was just making cocktails on stage. He was like set up like a Hawaiian sort of like beach bar.
That sounds incredible.
He was just mixing cocktails. In fact, actually, as well, because I'd never heard of Devin Townsend, and when I joined Isolysis, that was the first gig you guys were going to, and you said, "Do you want to come?" I had no idea who it was, and I just went along.
Oh, where was that? Was that Rock City as well?
That was Rock City.
Rock City, yeah.
I don't remember that gig at all.
And that's when
that might surprise you.
Have you seen him twice at Rock City?
Yeah, he was touring Addicted.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Did he play something off the Ziltoid?
Yeah, he probably would have done.
Played some of that stuff off it.
Yeah.
Bring me your finest bean.
Completely out of context there. We'll just pencil that in somewhere else. We'll move it somewhere random in the podcast.
And moving on.
Moving on to the Dream Vocalist. A little bit of inspiration there on the PowerPoint.
Yes, it's not Chester, I'm afraid.
Rest in peace.
Honourable mention. So, I don't know, Danny's got this one on his bingo card or not.
Is this the honourable mention or the actual thing?
No, the actual one.
Okay.
I'm 99% sure who it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember who you said.
Cher.
Do you believe in life after the love?
It's worth a mention just for that. You were far too in sync with that.
We've been like it the whole time, to be fair. We've done a few songs, haven't we?
That's clearly happened on the regular.
I mean, most people don't mention Cher to us. So,
they don't need to, apparently, because you practiced it beforehand.
That was unrehearsed, by the way.
It was just natural.
It just happened to be perfect.
No auto-tune. Maybe we'll add auto-tune to it.
I was going to say, not yet, there isn't. Wait until post.
You guessed it. In post, we did opt for using auto-tune. Enjoy.
No, my pick is Anders Frieden from In Flames.
Oh,
See,
no.
I said there'd be a member of In Flames in there, didn't I?
No. It's not who I thought it would
Who
be.
did you think?
I thought it'd be Johnny from Nothing More.
He was a contender. Definitely.
But
Yeah,
not
I
the
did not see
winner.
that coming at all.
We've got
There you go.
Anders.
Have you got a certain period of vocal? Because his vocals changed, hasn't it, through the years?
That for me, the sweet spot is between Route to Remain and up to Sounds of a Playground Fading was probably the last one, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether I'm counting that album or not, but specifically the Sense of Purpose album.
Oh, it Sense of Purpose, yeah. Was it Come Clarity before that?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. That was my probably favourite album from that era.
Yeah.
Sense of Purpose, my favourite.
Yeah, that's...
It's more melodic,
Yeah.
isn't it? Than
And I think that's what I like, because he was kind of in that in-between phase where it was still all aggressive vocal. None of it was like clean.
Yeah.
But because then as they moved on, obviously he got to more clean vocals, which he's not as strong at. He's like more aggressive vocal is his strongest thing, I think. But he just does a lot with layering. I think that other bands don't do with that kind of vocal.
Well, you've got Devin to... If you need some serious melody, you
Exactly.
just throw Devin in the mix.
That was the idea, but then he can layer in the aggressive vocal as well, and them two together would sound massive.
are they still going In Flames?
Yeah, I saw them last year.
Any good albums recently, or is it rolled off a little bit?
They kind of went down the Hollywood producer route and auto-tune and all that sort of stuff. But they've gone back. They're getting better again. So the latest album's
A bit
all
more.
right, yeah.
More raw.
Yeah.
You know what I loved with In Flames? I loved is it Route to Remain, that album, and the one before it? I loved...
Clayman,
No, the one after that then. What?
Soundtrack to Your Escape.
Yes,
Yeah.
those two. The ridiculous key changes.
You're thinking of the
Yeah,
Mystery
we
of
used to
Time.
laugh at them.
Mystery of Time. The Mystery of Time. The
used
Mystery
to
of
do it
Time
on-
key change.
I knew that was going to come up.
used to do it in the car all the time, didn't you?
Oh, there was like 3 or 4 key changes on some of them songs, and they were all ridiculous. They were like out of nowhere, absolute madness. But I will love them forever for it. So
Exactly. But yeah, all of those albums from that era, that sort of that 4 album stretch is, I think his vocal layering and stuff was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't used to like aggressive vocal, and that was one of the bands that you got me into, Dan. That's
my fault.
You're like, just listen to it as like an instrument. And
Yeah,
In
that's
Flames, In Flames.
Flames.
In Flames were one of the bands.
Flames, mate.
They're not Australian, are they?
In Flames were one of the bands that sort of got me onto that.
Into that
route.
mindset. That
Yeah.
mindset of use it as an instrument.
I know a lot of people think that with like Deftones, and I can't get on board with that.
Oh, you two both against Deftones, just me.
Not a fan.
Although Chino's done a track with Polyphia, and his voice is really good on that.
Danny's not convinced.
I'm not
I'd
convinced.
check that out.
I'm not convinced.
Not convinced.
I'd laugh if he's just been putting on a voice with Deftones all these years and he actually sings like Miles
Normally,
Kennedy.
yeah.
No, because he's got that other project, Crosses, and he sounds exactly the same on that.
Yeah, okay.
I did see him get up with 30 Seconds to Mars one time and try and do a track with them. It wasn't amazing.
I mean, I don't think he ever claims to be a good singer, does he? I don't think he's got.
That's okay, as long as he's not said he is. No, it doesn't matter.
He's not claiming. He doesn't get up on stage and go, "Look, I am better than Miles Kennedy." This one's called "Shove It." I'm not doing the whole song.
You could just do a chorus, maybe.
I could, yeah. If I am to do that, I'll do it in post. We're in post. I'm still not doing it.
I think it's worth you telling us how many times you've seen In Flames, because I've got a feeling it might be a lot.
I think probably at least 6 or 7 times, I think now.
Ooh. Have you got a standout show that you might have seen them?
I think the best I saw them was probably... I saw them, I think it was Birmingham Arena. They were opening for Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh dear.
No, they weren't, sorry. No, they weren't opening. They were main support. But, yeah, they were the reason I went to
Wow.
the gig. But
Probably the reason most people went.
Yeah, but the obviously they had a full, like, ridiculous lighting rig and everything, and it was just like a really good stage show.
Good sound as well.
Yeah, really, really good.
Oh, amazing.
And we also need to go back to your drumming honourable mention, because you didn't tell us, did
Yes.
you? You refused
Oh, yeah.
I refused.
You
So the honourable
refused.
mention was, you'll know this one for sure. It will be Matt Halpin.
That makes sense. Dave is a uber Matt Halpin fan.
Yeah, he's just ridiculous. Like he's one of those players, I think, where you could just put anything in front of him and he'll just go and play it. And I think when it comes to like metal bands, a lot of metal drummers are just, they play metal and that's it. But he's kind of almost come at it from a different angle. I think he uses a lot of techniques and stuff that you wouldn't traditionally find in metal.
Yeah, loads of cool ghost notes and stuff in there.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. But then, but he's still following like ridiculous polyrhythms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's got a really nice drum production, but that's probably down to Nolly.
Yeah, so don't need him.
Again. I think the power is in his V-neck shirts as well, anyway.
Yeah, the lower the V-neck,
Yeah, the deeper the groove.
How deep is the groove? Is this scientific fact?
Yes.
The lower the V-neck,
it's
the
like
more...
the bass gathers in the corner. It's like
This sounds a little like old wives' tale, doesn't it?
Turn into a conspiracy podcast.
The lower the V-neck,
the deeper the groove.
the deeper the groove. Bass accumulates in the corners. So are you happy with your lineup?
I think so. I think that'd be a pretty
Cohesive.
solid band.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it'd be rock solid.
I think it's time we went through that band.
Let's do it. Let's summarise.
Let's summarise the band.
Summarise.
I'm not singing that bit. Your dream drummer is...
My dream drummer. Does that have to be me?
Yeah, because it's got to be you. You're in the band. You've got to be in the band. That's one of the many... Well, I say the many rules. The few rules. You're in the band.
Okay, so that's me.
And you are...
I'm the drummer.
Dave Wright.
Your guitarist.
Guitarist will be John Brown.
Your bassist.
Nolly.
Your second guitarist.
Devin Townsend.
And your vocalist.
Anders Frieden.
Boom. There we have it.
There we go.
Name that band.
Name the band.
What are you calling them? Have you got... It's a hard job, this is.
This is very hard. And I had no choice but to just get a little bit ridiculous with it. So they're called the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The League Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, they're all extraordinary, aren't they? And they all seem like gentlemen.
With a D.
Yeah.
Oh,
DJ.
okay. Sorry. We might have to explain what. Because not everybody's going to be a gent fan.
We'll drop a
that's
gent
listening
riff
to
in there,
this.
Danny.
Okay.
Drop a little gent
Okay.
riff in there.
Dave, this has been fantastic. It's been lovely to catch up.
No, thank you for having
I
me.
think you've created a very cohesive and exciting band,
Yeah, definitely.
really, especially for that
Banging.
kind of genre of music that you're going for. I'm very impressed, mate.
It works.
Yeah.
We'll go into more detail in our little post interview section. We might criticise you a little bit. We might give you nothing but praise, but we'll do that later. You won't find out until the episode airs.
I look forward to it.
Tune in to find out.
So, where can you be found, Dave, on social media?
I don't really use socials, so it's probably should we skip that bit?
Yeah, it's okay.
No, putting that in there, making it really awkward.
I'm
I'll ask again. Where can we find you on social media?
I'm an old man and I'm not on social media.
What's your address then? Where can people write to you? If people want to send a carrier pigeon to you, where can they send it?
I've got a PO box.
What's your PO box number?
This is the bit that always takes the longest, isn't it? Saying goodbye.
Have you got anything coming up, Dave? You playing any gigs soon? You want to promote?
We've got a show lined up, haven't we? We're doing with your solo material, Danny. So we've got that lined up.
Yep. Which will have probably happened by the time this has been aired.
Well gone by then.
So we're playing in Wolverhampton with a band called Brave Rival.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
so that'd be cool. But other than that, pretty quiet at the minute. Just working on some bits behind the scenes. So,
Cool.
Yeah, more stuff coming later.
Yeah. Dave's doing a lot of mixing at the moment because he's got very good ears for mixing.
Yeah, it's been amazing, Dave, having you on anyway.
Yeah,
Good.
thanks for having me.
Not
It's
seen you
been
for
great.
ages. It's been great.
Yeah.
Been great catching up and reminiscing.
It's been a very long time.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, Dave.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Oh, what a selection of supreme musicians.
Wow, and there was some surprise in there, Danny. You thought you had it nailed down.
Oh,
you made
I
a
got-
couple of errors, didn't you, in your predictions?
Yeah, Dave was quite gleeful, actually, at the fact that I'd not guessed correctly.
Not only Dave, I was very gleeful too. I like seeing you fail.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, friend.
Only joking. So, what do we think to his band, Danny?
It's very gent influenced.
Pretty modern.
Yeah, pretty modern. It's going to be pretty aggressive, but groovy.
Yeah, I can see that. Technically proficient.
Indeed.
And obviously, Dave being the drummer, he's a great drummer. He can play it all.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a breeze for him.
Definitely.
It's going to be an absolute breeze. He's going to get on that double kick, and his fills are going to be fluid and deep.
Fluid and deep. I think that's the second time you said that.
Yeah, I know. I've got to keep going
It's
in.
disturbed me both times.
Dude, you get a quote like that in Rhythm magazine, you've got to milk it.
Well, definitely, yeah.
Dave's not going to milk it. We'll milk it for him.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah. And obviously, you won't be able to find Dave anywhere on social media anyway, so...
He's a social media recluse.
A recluse, indeed.
But, I mean, thinking about Nolly and Devin's input on production, it's going to be pristine
Yeah,
production.
it's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably going to be very layered, because I know Dave likes layered albums.
It's going to be a little luscious tickle on your ears.
And we've got some standout tracks. I mean, starting with Dave, if people want to listen to Dave play drums, probably Ainsley's Chariot is a good track to listen to by the Parallax Method.
Yeah.
Bit of shameless plug there.
Top track, great drums. John Brown.
John Brown.
What about him?
I mean, everything he plays on rhythm is incredibly tight.
He's a riffmeister, isn't he?
He is a riffmeister, yeah. I'd recommend I, the Creator. That's a really cool track. That was with their previous singer, but it's still John Brown.
It's still John Brown on guitar.
Indeed.
And then Devin. What can we say about Devin, Danny? We both love Devin.
Oh, I love Devin. Right from strapping young lad right through to... I mean, even when he played with Steve Vai, I mean, I did hear a story that he did...
Go on.
He took a shit in Steve Vai's guitar case.
Oh, God. I didn't know that.
I mean, they're friends
shocked
now.
me.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, was it with malicious intent? I mean, can you do that without malicious intent?
Just use the internet. Get more facts on the internet.
Okay,
Well, that's what I read.
We don't want to slander anyone, I suppose.
They're friends now, though.
That's what matters. What about standout tracks from Devin? So,
Kingdom. Yeah.
How does that go? And then we've got Nolly on bass. I mean, a Periphery legend.
Yeah, Periphery legend. There's too many albums to go through to list, really.
And
with
it
his
all
bass
sounds
lines.
pretty similar, if I'm honest.
Well, he plays a lot of stuff in unison, really, with the guitars, doesn't he? A lot of it, well, to my ears. There's a
Yeah, he
track
does.
called Catch Fire that you can hear.
You can hear the bass.
You can hear that. Well, it kind of stands out. He's locking in really well with the groovy drums. With
Yeah,
Matt
it's more of an
Halpern.
actual bass line, isn't it?
Yeah, and he plays with pick, I think.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he plays with a pick, so he's really tight and percussive, and he's got that attack to it.
Yeah, I think it needs it, mate. With
Which,
that,
yeah, really fits the music anyway.
when something's tuned that low and it's that intricate, it needs that.
Needs the attack.
It needs attack.
The attack of the pick.
Attack.
And then we've got Anders on vocals from In Flames.
Yeah, not a choice that I thought he'd go with, but it kind of makes sense knowing how much of a fan he is of the band.
I love In Flames, I really do. But then I do think Anders has got quite a whiny voice.
Yeah, but let's remember that you've got Devin Townsend supporting.
That's true. And whiny voice or not, I still love listening to him. So he's doing something right, isn't he?
I think so.
Shall we try and reenact? Shall we try and recreate Anders' voice?
Let's go.
I want you to lead me and take me somewhere I don't want to live. That's my little rendition there. Enjoy.
It was an absolute pleasure having Dave on the show. A really, really strong lineup.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll get a lot of people select anyone from this lineup again. Maybe Devin, but it's quite a unique lineup, and it's banging, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you buy a ticket?
Yeah, I'd listen to this band.
Would you buy a T-shirt?
No, it depends on the design, doesn't it? You can't just throw T-shirts out there, Danny. I'm only buying a T-shirt if it's got a cool design on it.
Oh, I was going to ask if you get the tattoo next.
Well, definitely not. What's the band called again? What was it called?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Actually, to be fair, it's going to be a cool T-shirt if that's the name of the band, isn't it? So, what about you? Would you go and see them?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you buy a T-shirt?
I'd buy a T-shirt, yeah.
Yeah. Would you get a tattoo?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It was a strange question, really.
It's an awful
Bit
question. What are you
extreme.
asking that for?
It's a bit of a commitment.
No.
It's a bit of a commitment to a band that you've never listened to before.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Only in dreams.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, this is your thing that they're actually going to get together and create one, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is your little dream. This is your dream.
Yeah, it is.
A dream of a dream. That's the end of this week's podcast. Give us a like. Give us a follow. What other stuff can you do?
Subscribe. Spread the word.
Spread the word. Review.
Buy some merch when it's available.
Comment. Give us a comment. Who would you like to have on the podcast? What musicians would you like us to get on?
Until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
We're so sorry to see you go, but thanks for tuning